Well, hey there, I am Sharon Arrow from Rock Lily Coaching. I'm a nutrition coach and eating disorders recovery coach. And today I'm actually, for the first time, and I'm a bit nervous about this, I am sharing about having schizoid personality disorder. So I don't mind saying, I don't say I am a schizoid, I am schizoid, but honestly I don't have shame around it. I really like this diagnosis. I have a few mental health diagnoses, but this is actually my favorite because it's not something I need to fix necessarily. So it's something I have to work with and maybe recover from or recover with. But that's a question for another video. But I like it, and it's helped me so much to understand myself. So yeah, I'm going to go through the 7 diagnostic criteria of schizoid personality disorder, and I've got a summary for each of them, and I'm going to share what it's like from the inside, my experience of it. So to be diagnosed, you only need 4 of these, but I actually relate to all 7. So let's launch into it. The first criteria is avoidance of close relationships, including family ties, and in a word, that is asocial. From the inside, it's like having an allergy to closeness. I recoil from it. And also, relationships don't feel rewarding. They feel usually more like an obligation. So we may be, sorry, I skipped a bit. We have a social facade or a mask that gets tiring. And yes, we may have a very good social facade, so we may be engaging and interactive, but it doesn't feel real. Criteria number 2 is a preference for solitary activities. This is a little similar. It's like the flip side of number 1. So in a word, I've also summarized it as asocial. And from the inside, it's like people aren't safe, that people are a potential threat. They could be intrusive or so on. And socializing is exceptionally complex, and it doesn't feel rewarding or beneficial. So being alone is a whole lot nicer. Criteria number 3, moving on, is little if any interest in having sexual experiences with another person. In a word, this one's easy, it's asexual. I do identify as asexual, means not experiencing sexual attraction and not feeling emotional connection from the act. I personally am very happy after 2 failed marriages to stay single. So criteria number 4 is time spent on few if any activities, and in a word, that is a big one, Anhedonic, which literally means without pleasure. So it's like not feeling reward or purpose in many things, therefore feeling very little motivation or drive. Feeling also at times avolitional, I love the big words, avolitional, which is not having the will or desire to make things happen. So it's all rather challenging. Example, I've been pondering making this video for months, and I'm finally making it now because I have a deadline next week of sorts to share this. And we're just wondering about the light, aren't we? I know.
You can move down a bit.
My handy assistant will help me out here so I avoid that sun creeping through. We're up to number 5. Criteria number 5 is a lack of close friends or confidants. In a word, I put that as unattached. So from the inside, it's like a lack of emotional bonding or a lack of emotional investment in other people. In the words of Nancy McWilliams, which Nancy McWilliams is on YouTube with stuff, and she's great. She's also a professional. So friends can feel like an obligation, but because of not feeling that emotional bond. But I want to say, especially for friends watching this, I have truly learnt to care for and value my friends, and I do invest in them, even though it isn't always easy. Criteria number 6, in a word, criteria number 6 is apparent indifference to praise and criticism. So in a word, it is analytical. I've chosen analytical to capture this one because I feel that with praise or criticism, I analyze it. Because of having usually a dissociation from my emotions, I don't have a feeling reaction to the praise or criticism, but I analyze what's said. And so it's still, I'm not indifferent to it really, because I value it as data to be analyzed. So yeah, comments are meaningful but not likely to generate an emotional response. And last thing, number 7 criteria is emotional detachment or flattened affect. And flattened affect is not showing feelings on the outside. In a word I've chosen for that, apathetic, meaning without feeling, and from the inside, that is like a near permanent dissociation from emotion, and at times also dissociation from meaningful thought. So that I find that I experience wordless thinking, which is a weird concept, right? But also, therefore, I find I don't have a self-critical voice like other people talk about. And on feelings, it was really odd for me to realize that feelings are called feelings because most people just feel them, whereas I figure out what I'm feeling by deduction. So that's all 7. I want to hear from you. Do you relate to that? Is this helpful? If you have schizoid, has this been helpful for you to understand what it's like for me and others with schizoid? Maybe this has led you to think of someone you know, and you can share the video. So yeah, what else was I going to say to wrap up? I don't remember, but I want to say, yeah, please let me know what you think. This is my first time sharing publicly about being schizoid on my channel here, and I'd love to know what you think. Alrighty, catch you next time. Bye.